Hi, I'm John Ryan from the Great Place to Work Institute, and I want to invite you here to the RDS on June 16th, Bloomsday, for the Great Place to Work European Conference. And what a lineup we have. It's going to be cram-packed of knowledge transfer and inspiration for you. We start with David McLeod. David McLeod headed up Engage for Success by the British government. They wanted him to raise engagement levels both in the public and private sector in the UK. 5 years on, we want to know, how did those organisations get on? He's coming with some great case studies for us to hear and learn from. Emma Burchell is from the Future of Work, and she's going to be telling us about the future trends that are going to be affecting all of our organisations, from demographics, from technology, and talking about new models of management that'll be necessary for us in the future. Manley Hopkins, well, he's a leadership expert, but he's also an explorer, and he went on the BT Around the World yacht race, and he brought 8 people with him who'd never been on a ship or a yacht before in his life, and he wants to talk about how he actually managed them and how he led them to high performance, and they nearly won. We also have Blaine Callard from Australia, who leads Harvey Norman, and he wants to reimagine retail. He sees us changing from a transactional version of retail to a social aspect of retail. That's the social experience that is really, really important. We also then will be hearing from Commander Ken Minahan, who's been with the Irish Naval Service in the Mediterranean in a really, really tough environment for people to work in. They've been saving lives of refugees all across the Mediterranean, doing some amazing work, and we can't wait to hear his story. From the pharmaceutical industry, we've got 2 wonderful speakers, Joshua Mitchell from Regeneron and Michelle Locke from Bristol Myers Squibb, and they're going to be talking about the millennial generation. They'll be talking about innovation within the pharmaceutical industry and their culture. We also have Mika Kutnam, who's from Finland, from a company called Vincet, and they've got some wonderful practices like 30-30, which is 30 minutes of feedback every 30 days. And they also believe that if you leave the company, they'll keep paying you until you get a new job. Don't know how well that will go down in Ireland, but anyway. And under the wellness banner, we're going to be joined by Carl Henry. You know him from RTE's Operation Transformation. He's going to be joined by his dad. They're going to do a double act whereby they talk about being physically and mentally well and emotionally well. And also, they'll talk to us a little bit about anti-aging. We're here in Dublin's Docklands, where 2 of the coolest companies on the planet have their headquarters. That's Facebook and Airbnb. We're joined at our Great Place to Work conference by Garrett Lamb, who heads up Facebook in Ireland, and Fiona Mullen, who is the HRD for EMEA. Also, Aisling Hassel will join us from Airbnb. She's the head of Global Customer Experience and also heads up the site in Ireland. Both will talk about culture, and they'll talk about the practices that make them great. So James Joyce, the literary great, talked about Irish culture. At the Great Place to Work conference, we'll talk about workplace culture. On June 16th, join us in Dublin for the Great Place to Work conference, where you'll get insight, you'll get thought leadership, and you'll get best practices from both Irish and international speakers. You're definitely going to be inspired when you come to Dublin on June 16th. And remember, if somebody asks you, are you going to go to the Great Place to Work conference on June 16th? Quote Joyce from Ulysses and say, yes, I said yes, I will, yes.